News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. And there's your closing bell for this Tuesday on Wall Street, where U.S. equities slid, mega caps hitting their lowest since September. Amid signs investors are paring exposure in U.S. risk assets. And of course, we bring you the closing numbers each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 down 60 points. NASDAQ lost 305 points. The Dow is down 260 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.28% and the 2-year yield at 4.04%. Back to the market shortly, but we are watching some big stories for you this afternoon. First, Russian President Vladimir Putin has committed in a phone call with President Trump to limit Russian attacks on Ukrainian energy and infrastructure assets. But Putin declined to agree to a broader 30-day ceasefire, which is what the U.S. wanted him to do. General Ben Hodges is a former commanding general of United States Army Europe.
His ultimate objective still remains the destruction of Ukraine. So I didn't hear or read anything about Russia backing away from their ultimate objectives. So we should be very clear about this.
General Ben Hodges speaking with Bloomberg's Joe Matthew and Kaylee Lines. Another story we're watching for you. A federal judge has ruled the dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, likely violated the Constitution. The judge said that Elon Musk exercised significant authority reserved for officers of the United States, and that's a violation. The judge's order blocks Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from any further cuts. The judge has ordered the Trump administration to restore email and computer access to all employees of USAID, including those who were placed on administrative leave. U.S. Chief Justice John Roberts says the impeachment of federal judges is not an appropriate response to disagreement with their rulings. The extraordinary statement from the leader of the Supreme Court comes hours after President Trump called for the impeachment of a judge who had tried to pause the deportation of hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members. In addition, Republican members of the House have been calling for the impeachment of judges who don't agree with Trump's policies. Bloomberg Law host June Grosso says Chief Justice Roberts wants to nip all the talk of judicial impeachment in the bud.
Because you do have that one impeachment notice being filed, and now you have another GOP representative saying he's going to file for impeachment of Judge Boasberg, who, by the way, is a well-respected judge.
Bloomberg Law host June Grosso. The judge has ordered the Trump administration attorneys to file a sworn declaration with answers to his questions about the deportations today. The Defense Department has reportedly approved close to 21,000 deferred resignations from civilian employees under the Trump administration's fork-in-the-road offer. A defense official says the Pentagon aims to reduce its civilian workforce by between 50 and 60,000 people. Let's get back to the markets now, especially those tech stocks. NVIDIA shares fell 3.3% in the regular session after word that the first data center complex for OpenAI's $100 billion Stargate infrastructure venture will have space for as many as 400,000 of NVIDIA's powerful AI chips, an amount that, if filled, would make it one of the largest known clusters of artificial intelligence computing power. In addition, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang unveiled a series of new partnerships.
I'm super excited about the announcement that we made today. T-Mobile, Cisco, NVIDIA, Cerberus ODC are going to build a full stack. AI is going to go into every industry. One of the earliest industries that AI went into was autonomous vehicles.
NVIDIA says it plans to help General Motors with driver assistance technology and work with the telecom industry on new 6G networks. Tesla shares fell 5.3% in the regular session after Chinese automaker BYD unveiled a lineup of electric vehicles that it said can charge almost as fast as it takes to refuel a regular car. That has Tesla leading losses among Magnificent 7 stocks. The Mag 7 stock index has fallen 16% so far this year after jumping 67% last year. Google owner Alphabet has agreed to buy cybersecurity startup Wiz for $32 billion. Bloomberg Intelligence senior tech analyst Mandeep Singh says Google could use this in the cloud.
Cloud is what's worked for them. If you look at, the whole AI wave, it's added almost, 10 percentage points points of growth to their cloud business, which is a $50 billion run rate business, and security could be additional.
Mandeep Singh with Bloomberg Intelligence. Alphabet shares are more than 2% lower in the regular session. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.